So when Biden got elected and like everyone was in the middle of Times
Yes.
Square, like friggin' they
Same
had
day.
I was
Yep.
sitting there, I'm like, okay, great. This is like the push they needed. Like people are like, oh, who are these sexual beings and these like
Mhm.
star-studded leotards? But like I've been like going to drag shows and having queens like do wings, do power. Like Jan Sport, like before she got famous, like 3 years ago maybe, she was like in like clubs in New York and like she would do wings, and this was the first time I was like, oh, people know about Little Mix and it's not just me being a freak and just watching Black Magic on
But I feel like some of
repeat.
them were just those older singles that actually had the push behind them. Like as
Yeah.
Leanne said in Truth or Wine, like I've kind of hit it with Salute. Like I'm kind of getting there with just the same things over and over again when they
Yeah.
have a massive library of bops that we could be playing with, especially for drag performances.
Like Move, why does nobody, every single pregame I've ever hosted, I'm like, we're watching the Move video and we're learning this choreo and everyone needs to do a drink in, you know, each turn. Like I try to get people into the old stuff, the oldies but goodies.
We still play Touch. Like Touch
Oh.
to this day is still like top 10 songs we play all the time at a pregame, and like even down to the music video.
Yeah.
Oh,
I loved it
iconic.
when Leanne said it recently too. She was like, I was listening to Touch the other day and that really is a tune.
And the
A
thing
bop.
is, like, if you're trying to like throw your pussy on the floor, you get like the OG radio edit great. But if you're trying to like do work or like clean, you just put on the like acoustic version, and it's like, oh, this is like another life
Pussy's
of
still
the same
being
song.
thrown.
Yeah.
In slow motion. Yeah.
But you just have blue lights on instead.
Mhm.
We're talking way too much about these past albums, though, when we really
Yeah.
need to be focusing on the glory that is Confetti. And I will highlight it. I know a lot of other American mixers so far that aren't that crazy about this album. I've sent it to a few people at work in the radio industry, and they're not as thrilled about it. And that's what's scaring me about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my friend who I always listen to music with, he was like, I don't really like it. And I was like, oh, I really like it. He's like, of course you do. Because like I was such a for them. And I'm like, even like Breakup Song, like even the singles, I'm like, loved them.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if maybe that's what kind of deterred this album from hitting its full potential as of yet, because like with COVID and everything, they released like Breakup Song and clearly COVID hit like literally the day or two after. And so they had to definitely like, I'm assuming they had to reschedule their promotion timeline and whatever. And they released basically half the album as singles before the album.
Always.
So it's kind of that.
They're never
It's
not.
like,
Always.
it's like that thing where it's like you see a funny movie commercial and it's
That's
like all the funniest parts of the movie are in the commercial, and then you're like, oh, why do I see the movie? But I feel like this still had some good ones, but I was like, oh, all the ones I really like were released weeks before the full album.
No, I'm the complete opposite. I thought, and now this is my another controversial statement. I live for Breakup Song, and I think Breakup Song is like the true mixer. Like if you are a mixer, you appreciate Breakup Song, but if not, you kind of don't. Breakup Song and Holiday aren't very Confetti to me. I don't wish they were cut because I love them so much, but I just don't think the sound connects with the rest of the album. Holiday specifically, like I think as the first two songs, they're not indicative of what's next coming on the album. And if the album kicked off at Sweet Melody, like that is how you open an album.
And I also think like the 80s vibe of Breakup Song was definitely overshadowed. But also, like, there was The Weeknd released Blinding Lights, which literally has almost the same exact undertrack of the 80s, like...
That's a good call out.
Driving in, like, whatever that car is. I don't know. Sorry. Not Mask, but, like, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
wrong
that same...
crowd. Not
the audience. And it's like, I was like, oh, I feel bad because everyone's doing this damn TikTok dance to friggin' Blinding Lights. When I heard that TikTok, I was like, oh... mixers, and then it's like not the song, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it was the first two singles definitely got overshadowed